We around it. Still 23 exports right here now. Of course, Upi Oziri, Ralph, and of course Ayok still are doing things right here. We've had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Talking about the club in the Mersey side, the red side of Mersey side. Yeah. Right now, let's go to their eternal rivals. It's not Everton, they're Manchester United. Let's talk about Everton, Manchester United. We've seen, will I say, a flush of players in the past 24 hours from Manchester United. Pogba, his best friend, or his friend, his very close friend, Lingard. First of all, it was Matic, then Pogba, then you have Lingard, and then LSV will have Mata.
Yeah.
How many more are we going to see? How many more are we going to see?
More actually. I'll be expecting a few Jones.
Okay.
I'll be expecting Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Okay.
Nah, I don't. Now that's the scary part. I don't think Anthony Martial is leaving Manchester United anymore.
But you know one part, I think he has realized that he doesn't have to play. So even if he doesn't play, he will not let.
He will not. Yes.
Yeah. He knows he's a fringe player now. Except if he does something really good.
Yes.
That will guarantee him starting or being a more regular player. He knows that you'll just be here, just collect the money. When somebody comes, you go. And who else?
I think those.
What about Bailey?
Eric Bailly, probably. But I saw Eric Bailly telling Pogba goodbye. Like, are you not going with him? Like, but
Lingard told Pogba goodbye. Only to follow him
immediately. Then I don't know. Those two for now. I don't know if Ralph has like an idea.
I was guessing Dalot.
Okay, Dalot, but.
Look,
I would have said we'll go with what Rangnick said, because in his last game he said those aside Cavani, all of the other 10 guys will be at the club next season. But Rangnick is not even at the club again, so we can't. Things might have changed.
Yeah,
things might have changed.
We can't let Dalot and Wan-Bissaka leave at the same time.
So are you saying Wan-Bissaka will leave? You're sure about that?
I'm not sure. I'm saying I'm hoping he leaves.
He's hoping.
Yes.
He's hoping. I think he still has like a 2-year contract.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
I just wonder how much he can recoup from selling that. That's one hell of a big blunder.
Unverified reports are saying Roma are in for him. The same unverified reports are saying Roma are in for Lingard too.
And then Crystal Palace might just come back for the brother and say.
Unverified reports are saying Roma are in for Matic too. It's just.
Now, let's talk about one brother, Paul Pogba. Ralph, how will you rate Paul Pogba's time at Manchester United?
Paul Pogba, the one who divides opinion, I think Paul Pogba will go down as one of the biggest losses in football. Somebody that talented, somebody that skillful, somebody that blessed to the ability.
One of the biggest wastes.
Yeah,
yes.
Biggest waste in football.
Why are you making it one of?
Yeah, is he one of?
He's one of the biggest, because there are other biggest waste. I too don't think he's the biggest waste, but he's right up there. He's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, sure.
And he's not number 3. So it's either 1 or 2.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's either 1 or 2.
That's crazy. And Paul Pogba has been, would I say, as one of the worst performers in the Manchester United shirt, if I'm being honest about it. Coming in with that kind of hype. He came with a lot of hype, he came with a lot of prospect, and everybody was saying, oh, this guy will be the gem of midfield, not just the Manchester United midfield. He was one of the biggest midfielders to ever grace the sport. He was coming off a FIF Pro spot. He was one of the FIF Pro midfielders
exactly.
in 2015. And then everybody was expecting this guy. I mean, he was everything. Athletic, skillful, scored the goals, gave the assist. And it just goes to say how much that talent is not enough in football. No matter how talented you are, you have to put in a lot of effort. I think when I read Pogba's story, I think it made me loud Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi even more. I mean, seeing how talented these guys were, but the ability to maintain that spot, maintain that would I see the limelight and not allow it go into their lives or go into their head.
Yeah.
Pogba, I mean, I think it will go down as loss of focus, lack of concentration, lack of fight, lack of desire, everything psychological is wrong with Paul Pogba, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's a footballing stuff, but I think that guy's head needs to be cleared.
If Ralph was around this morning, probably I would have felt a bit more relaxed. Let's hear from you. How much do you blame Manchester United for how it went between themselves and Paul Pogba? How much fault should it bear?
Yes, Manchester United too needs to share.
How much of the blame should it?
Yeah.
One way. Okay, let me break it down this way. Manchester United brought in Jose Mourinho, then brought in a Paul Pogba. Decided to back a Pogba over a Mourinho. Yeah. And Mourinho left. Oli came in. Pogba had those flashes, like he had a nice time under Oli for a few months. And Manchester United didn't feel there was a need to extend Pogba's stay at that point in time. I felt that was where they got it wrong. Extend that stay in case if this guy is leaving. You have lost this guy like on a free before. In case this guy is leaving, let it be like you gain something from it. It might not be the entire fee.
Obviously, no,
That's where I feel. Then first, backing him over a manager, player power. Secondly, not getting anything like from him. I think those two key areas, Manchester United.
Yeah, they really missed. But one thing I feel is that I'm very sure Manchester United milked him commercially. Yeah. They milked him to the peak commercially. So I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to talk about how much it costs and the salary, the entire contract, how much it costs. That's probably about maybe 200 million, everything, including his salary and everything, how much is in Manchester United. But I think of him, they've made so much money. Pogba is still the highest trended hashtag on Twitter.
Yes.
I think till this. Pogba. Back in 2016,
if you put this in context, yeah, you have to also realize that Manchester United signed players to come and unlock Pogba.
That was the only. Look, Pogba brought this into to the football lexicon. You have to unlock a player. So
the matches you read, the whatever, I brought into the team.
I was listening to what you said this morning about what Jose said, and I was like, exactly. That's just a story about Pogba. It's not, you cannot say, we could not unlock him and all of that. He needs to unlock himself. But using the World Cup scenario is the perfect example, because in the World Cup, it's an enclosed environment. Yeah. There are no distractions. It's all
no works. White and girls, no nothing. You
just focus on the football, and it's just 7 matches. So, I mean, as a super
in 1 month.
player,
in 1 month,
you call yourself a superstar player, and you can only give your best in 7 games. And you expect people to say, oh yeah,
and if he didn't give his best in 7 games. There were average performances, even in some. You see the World Cup final game where we hype. I don't think he was. It was just really, the goal up there. He just got the goal and then it pushed the entire side, but not like he had a brilliant. I don't think it was a brilliant World Cup. And then again, let's don't forget that some of these things that FIFA and the rest do, they do some commercial stuff. That's why Pogba got into that certain level of the World Cup.
Yes.
I don't have any. Maybe I don't have hard facts to back that up, but I really feel that way. You wanted to say something, Ralph?
Yeah, I think if Manchester United have brought players to unlock Pogba, they shouldn't have been, in terms of footballing wise now, they should have been leaders. He needed people who could talk to him, people who could sit him down and say, young man, you are talented, but you need to do this, you need to do that. I think he had those kinds of players in Juve. Yeah. He had Cellini, he had Bonucci, he had Tevez, he had Pello. These were players who they'd seen it, they'd done it, and there was nothing you could show them. You could not show them skill or anything. There was Buffon, in fact, in that team. But he came to Manchester United team.
He was the one controlling the dressing room.
In the dressing room, he was one of the loudest voices and most charismatic. And then, what do you expect?
I mean, it's to go down as the biggest loss, like you said, the biggest waste in footballing history. Somebody that talented and not living up to his potential. I remember when De Bruyne Pogba was the debate, and I was like, come on now, this guy is not as talented as Pogba. He's nowhere close.
Exactly.
Now it's not even a thing.
No. It just goes to show you how commitment, how fight, how drive. I mean, football is not just on a green carpet and all of that. You have to fight. You have to be desirous. You have to give it your all. And Pogba, I think he just felt, I can play this thing.
For Foden, I make bold to say that Foden has a bigger Premier League legacy than Pogba. I think it's not even an argument. Foden is 23 or how old? He already has 4 Premier League titles and all of that. Yeah, he doesn't even have a legacy. Actually, I'm sorry for saying that. He doesn't have a legacy, a Premier League legacy. But and I say this again, he's lucky he has the World Cup. If not. Yeah, and I'm actually hot saying this because I love the brother so much. Like I say it.
Who was telling me there's still a lot of people who believe that Manchester United was a problem, that if he goes to a new team, he would leave.
Now that's the problem. I don't think so, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you why. I've watched Paul Pogba closely for the past 6 years, and his inconsistency doesn't just stem from what he does on the pitch. It also has to do with injuries. And then it's becoming worse. We have to tell ourselves the truth. It's becoming worse. He's already 29.
The brother might never be injury free.
He might never be injury free. He might never be injury free. I was looking at statistics of I have not been right. I don't have them in my head, but his statistics in how many games he plays per season, it's not really up there. It's not really up there. He has only played 70% of the games of a season only once since he got to United. Only once, 70%. So you look at that brother, and then you see his fans will come out and complain that players were signed in the position he wants to play. Example, Bruno. Okay, example, Bruno. Now, will it depend on a player who can't even play 70% of the season? Sure. And then you allow him, and then you will bring in another player. And then when you brought in Bruno, first 2 months, man, Bruno just literally dragged that team to top 4 when he first came. He literally pulled them to top for himself and Marcus Rashford, biggest Marcus Rashford that very season. He pulled them to that team, and then you look at it and say that the team should have trusted him. I don't think there's any trust that team should have given him. I started even sacking the coach, and we've literally seen great players. I mentioned Gerrard this morning, and I felt sorry for myself. He played against mushroom players, with all due respect to them, players that were not up to his standard, and then he still gave his best week in, week out, week out.
He had drive.
I was listening to Crutch the day before yesterday, and he said that once you step into Anfield, you are more interested in impressing Gerrard than even the coach. That tells you the standard. That when you guys are training, having a training match, and then you do the wrong thing, Gerrard only needs to look at you. You know you have to adjust. You need to have to. But like it's a sad.
When was it? I was watching Andres Iniesta and Vissel Kobe in Japan, and you could just know that this guy is 36, 37.
He's 37.
He is the best player in this team. You will just know that this guy can still offer even more.
One of my favorite midfielders of all time.
You have to look. I don't think anyone
I'm a Zidane freak, but you see,
I don't think anyone in
he's right up there
in the football world like will hate on Andres Iniesta. I don't think
he got a standing ovation at the Bernabeu. What else? Barca player got that.
Yes.
It's not normal. It's not normal. It's been a
fantastic. Played the camp, played the CM, played an LM, played the DM, played the false nine, played the left. He didn't
play the right wing.
Yes.
The only place he didn't play was the goalkeeping side and back four.
There was no exquisite performance from any.
There was exquisite performance 1, 2, 3, and then.
I remember the game against Leeds this season. First game.
4 assists.
My favorite, his first game against Southampton, I would always say, like he blew everyone and we won. Then that comeback against City.
Yes.
That game. That's like the ones I can. The others I have to go back and watch.
But a player of that caliber.
And then we say 233 games. I was asking this morning who can tell me 30 games where Pogba performed well. Like if we look at his contemporaries, De Bruyne, who again? Who is contemporaries?
Who was there that time?
Who is contemporaries now in the game in midfield? Pogba, De Bruyne. Can we say Thiago Alcantara playing midfield like him, and then who? Should we add Fabinho to the list?
Fabinho, yes.
Can we?
Yes.
Oh, then we'll add Gundogan. We'll add Ilkay Gundogan.
Yes.
You don't rate Fabinho that much.
How Henderson even has a video Premier League legacy.
You want to compare?
Yes. You can't even compare. You can't even compare.
Oh my.
You can't even compare. I'd rather have a Henderson in the team and support than a Pogba. But it's not like I'm beginning to sound like I actually lost somebody. It's been a fantastic one, guys. Fantastic one. Always good to have you, Ralph. Any last words here?
Well, we hope to see a better Pogba next season.
I don't know, and I care less really. I care less. And I'm actually. You're asking football. I'm not even looking forward. I'm looking forward to where he will be.
He will be
next season.
Where
he will be.
A player with that talent is not even sought after.
Yeah, I said it, and then someone was like.
City.
Oh yes, all of these teams are not big. Like, okay, his dream is Madrid, and then if it's not, if you are leaving Man United, if you are not going to Madrid, the only place that he will go, and then it will be a spite on United fans' face for me is City.
The City.
If he doesn't go, if he goes to Juve, I think United are in tatters now, but I don't think.
And
if he goes to PSG, it's just just go. Man, good to have you, man.
Good to have you too. Would you do this again?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. Yes, of course. You'll be listening to the voice of Upe Oziri, UPS General Sarauta, of course, together with the guys. 23X Sports right here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, subscribe, hit on the subscribe button just below the screen, huh? Nice one, guys. We'll see you some other time.